Alrighty, what's up? Ooh, pumpkins. That's cool. What's up, y'all? So, popos. Damn, I'm so distracted today. So, as you can see from some of this beautifully full fall foliage, that it's fall, right? And, it's been a little while since I had a legit channel update. I've been talking about, like, a lot of motorcycle feely stuff, and I haven't had any, motorcycle maintenance to do because my bike is in pretty much tip-top shape, and, I'm broke, so I ain't bought nothing new. Well, I did, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. So, I just felt it was time for a channel update to let you guys know how the channel's been doing, and it ain't been doing horrible. I hover around the 322, 321 mark on my sub count for some reason. No idea why. I was going up pretty well for a minute there, and then I don't know if YouTube were like, these are ghost accounts, or if some people were just like, never mind, and then unsubscribed. I don't know, but it's alright. I know this little YouTube game is a marathon and not a race, and I started late as hell, so I'm not too worried about it. But I just like to say that, the subscriber count has gone up, and I really appreciate that for all you guys who have subbed to this here fool list and all this yippee nonsense every now and then. I had a couple people buy some Insta360s, so definitely appreciate that, as always. I had one young lady, I don't know if she used my link or not, but I know I post a lot on Tunnit about them, and I post my links everywhere because, I'm peddling 360s, you know what I mean? And she didn't necessarily like the camera. There was no problems with it. It wasn't faulty, and it performed like it was supposed to, but she just couldn't reconcile the learning curve on that camera. She didn't like the interface, and I guess editing on the, man, this is pretty, editing on the phone and trying to get it to export actual 360 video was not really working out for her, so she ended up selling it. At least I think she did. She put it up for sale on Tunnit. Damn, no consideration right there. That sucks. And it's unfortunate because it's a really awesome set of cameras. It's a really awesome line. I still got the old school 1R twin module because I can switch it between this 360 function and the ever so convenient GoPro style camera. She got the 1X2 or 3, I can't remember which. That one's more of the vertical configuration, and it's really supposed to be a lot more user-friendly than the model I have now. I can't compare it because I don't have one of my own. They don't send them to me for like promo stuff because, I ain't that big yet. So, I mean, not in the 360 world, I ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she didn't like it, so she ended up sending it back. I did buy some stuff that I was talking about just a few seconds ago. I bought 2 ramps because I was going to go get my bike dynoed. That's cool. And it didn't work out. And it didn't work out in the weirdest of situations because the guy who was going to dyno my bike is a flat track racer. Legit dude. Chad Sosnowski. He's got it's like this mom and pop style shop, like real Sanford and Sonny looking parts, motorcycle pieces everywhere. You pull around the back, this joint has got bikes out the wazoo. I'm like, yo, this is the kind of place you want to go to, because, I mean, it sucks because they got so many bikes. You wonder when they're going to get time to work on yours, but it's like, this is a place where so many bikes that you're like, it's got to be good. When there's a line out the door, come on. Unfortunately, the guy had set me up. I had my appointment. I was going to get the old steed here dynoed, give her a little treadmill workout, and make sure that my tuning settings and stuff are all good, because I have made plenty of modifications to this bike, some of them pretty major, as in removing my air filter, giving it a more open-aired air filter with the BMC, and changing the entire exhaust. Like, I removed the can, and I just want to make sure she's running up to snuff, because I have been running this bike for 2 or 3, I can't even remember now, 2 or 3 years with the full exhaust, and it had a couple little bucks. So I was going to get it dynoed and make sure I'm not running lean or rich, because my fuel economy on this bike is, I don't know, it's not as good as I wanted it to be, and I think it's worse than it should be for the modifications that I made. So anyway, I wanted to have all that stuff checked out, but the dude broke his leg riding a motorcycle. I'm sorry, riding a mini bike. You would think he snapped his leg, he got in an accident. No, he fucking he ate shit on a mini bike, and he broke his ankle, and unfortunately it was a previous break, so he broke the ankle again, and he's down for the count for a little while. And I dropped my bike off and everything. I had to go get it, and I had to load my bike up on the truck, and the guy at the shop helped me load it, and I borrowed one of my buddy's ramps, and I was able to get my bike down off of my truck at home with the help of a neighbor. And I was like, Hera, I was like, it's probably a lot easier with 2 ramps of my own. So I gave my buddy his ramp back. I bought my 2 new ramps. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do an unboxing / demonstration of the use of said ramps because the guy's down for the count, and I just kind of want to save them to do an unboxing and usage video because I need content, like I can open it, throw it in the corner, and then bring them out later. But that's not genuine. It's not original, I don't like reshooting videos. So when I open the box, it's going to be when I open the box. I'm also still looking at trying to get a new lid. I still love my Scorpion, but the Rorock is sitting on my mind. One of my buddies just bought one, and I'm waiting for him to give me a kind of personal review on it. He's already put his Cena unit on it. He's done some little riding around town, but he hasn't had it long enough to really give me a description of the comfort and or the wind noise reduction or any of the seal features, the vents, any of that stuff. So I'm like, man, that's a pretty penny to spend on a new lid. Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. What else? Let's see. Oh, fellow YouTuber, My 2020 View. If you haven't checked him out, please check him out. Of course, I will put a link to his content in my description and or comment section below. Real cool dude, got some great content, and he actually asked me how I come up with some of my ideas. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty flattered. Like, this dude's killing my subscriber count by far. So it's like, yo, that's pretty cool. We hit each other up every now and then on Tonnet. And to be honest, I thought I did a little bit about this earlier, but I can't remember which video it was in. And could have been my tips to beginner YouTubers. I don't know. But I'm just going to run through the little scenario again. So basically, I'm not a super good mechanic. I do okay from the stuff that I learned from my buddies. So I do a little bit of maintenance here and there. I do the stuff that the average Joe like me should be able to accomplish in the comfort of their own home in their garage. You do have to purchase a couple tools every now and then. You do have to get yourself dirty every now and then, but that's the whole point of being a wrencher on your own bike. You get more intimate with your bike. You get a better understanding of your motorcycle. And then I'll just do that type of stuff. There's hundreds, probably thousands of videos like that out on YouTube. So sometimes I feel it's a little unnecessary to remake something that I've learned on YouTube, which is another thing. I try not to copy other people's stuff, but it's hard. Sometimes, even if I have an original idea, I'll think about making a video and then I'll see somebody made that video already. And I'm like, well, damn, why do I do this? But it's something I want to do for fun, and I have to remember that I might say something that somebody else already said, but somebody that watched their video and also watched my video might take it differently and or learn something that the first person either missed or vice versa, So I try not to copy, but I try to come up with my own original ideas, and sometimes they're very similar. Like, I work specifically on a 2017 Ninja 1000 because that's what I own. A lot of my stuff goes across general for most motorcycles until it doesn't, right? So you can get a few tips and tricks here and there. I like to do stuff based on my experiences, such with my tire patch and versus plug, video series. It's like, yo, I did this. I'm not going to talk about it like, oh, plug versus patch. No, patch from the inside lasted 8,000 miles. And then I got the same tire patched again. So they are definitely something I support. So one of the small ways I come up with ideas. But the other one is the motorcycle therapy stuff, right? Like, I am an experienced military veteran. I've been through some shit. Not as much as a lot of other people out there, and I will never take away from their experiences because I'm not a combat veteran. Never been shot at in the field. I've experienced a shooting, but not military related, right? So it's one of those things where those dudes have a lot on their shoulders and they're expected to come home and be normal and reintegrate back into society, like, because the world keeps moving when you're deployed. You're deployed, they keep moving, you're supposed to come back like merging on the freeway. You're just supposed to get up to speed and be okay. It's not like that all the time. So they gave me a little thought process, a little genre in which I could shoot off some of my content, because I use my motorcycle as a form of therapy. Not a lot of people you go to actual therapy, and a lot of veterans prefer to ride as opposed to sitting on somebody's couch and talking to another human being, which I got a whole video about that too. So basically, I just start off with something, I let it be a seed thought, I run with it until I can't anymore, and anytime I come up with an idea, I either listen to an old video where I said it or write it down in my little notebook i.e. TextPad or whatever, Evernote on my phone, and try to think of something later. I usually don't rehearse anything because I won't remember it anyway, because I got too much crap on my mind. I'm a dad, I'm a full-time employee, I got 2 dogs, I got, I'm not going to remember a whole script for a few minutes of YouTube, so I just ramble, and sometimes the videos are 4 hours long because I talk too much on YouTube, which is another thing. I use my motorcycle therapy video playlist for describing my personality as a whole, and if it just so happens that you are similar to me, then you may or may not like those videos. A lot of my stuff is based off personal experience, and I talk in a third person, so as long as I keep living, I'll pretty much never run out of content. Some content may suck, some content may be awesome, and it's usually the stuff that I think is going to be awesome that sucks, and it's usually stuff that I think that sucks is going to be awesome, and I get all the views. Like, I still get old videos that get more views than my new stuff. I don't know. Maybe my tastes have changed. Maybe, I hope I didn't do a bait and switch, because I didn't originally start with that type of content. I just kind of evolved into it over time. And God, this car was slow. And that's pretty much how it goes. So I continue to live, continue to experience stuff, and then I can always go back and go, hey, my mind changed. I swear I talked about this before. I swear I did. And as for, purchasing and doing box or product reviews, like when I get the dollars to do it, I'm gonna do it. But for the most part, my main content recently has been, besides a few drone things here and there, it's a lot easier for me and more repeatable for me to kick out the motorcycle therapy stuff, because mental health stuff is a big chasm of topics. Just living, being a rider. I forgot my bike life stuff. I just talk about stuff, motorcycle stuff, like today. Like, I'm out on my last ride. Maybe it's not. It's 100% not. But riders love to try to get that last ride in, and I try to translate things that most riders do to normies, so they can kind of understand where our headspace is. That is cool. And it's just another topic that's almost endless, even though it's been talked about, 100 different ways from 100 different riders. I try not to beat it to death, but if something pops in my head, I'll go, hey, let's talk about that. Like, I know it's not my last ride. There's 1 or 2 days here and there that I'm going to poke my head out and go, yeah, it's warm enough. But at the same token, it's on the reverse of spring, right? You get out, spring is 50 degrees. You're like, oh, shit, the sun's out. Let's go. I'm in Michigan. That's pretty awesome. Right now, I just went from 90, 80, 70, 50. It skipped 60. It was like 50, 45, 30 for the last 2 weeks. And now it's like, yeah, I stick my head out as 50. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. I'm not doing it. So it's kind of like a conditioning thing for us Michigander riders. You'll see a bunch of us out on a day like today where it's going to be 65, 70, and then it'll be 58 tomorrow, and it's like half the population of riders are out. They're still trying to hold on to those last vestiges of the warm weather, but my tolerance gets pretty low. Anyway, I think I'm rambling now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video, and I would again like to thank you guys for watching and sticking with me this long while I'm yapping, and I didn't even get the dry mouth, which is awesome. Yeah. I'm out.